Hi there, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Miguel Martinez Juarez. Today I'm going to talk to you about fruit. No, I'm kidding. Maybe a little bit, but mainly the law of assumption and the story of the lame man by the pool. Okay, the lame man by the pool, the guy who couldn't walk. Let's get right to it. The story goes, and the law of assumption gets you whatever you desire, anything you desire. The story goes that an angel comes to this pool, and the first person to go in gets healed. Say that again. The first person who goes in gets healed. The first person who goes in gets healed. The first person that goes in gets healed. In the story, the man tells Jesus, I'm trying to get healed, but when the pool is disturbed, somebody goes in before me. And then I'm still in the same position. Switches second, third, fourth, whatever. He tells him, get up and rise. And he gets up. The only way to get what you desire is to assume in first person. Assume in first person. Assume in first person that you have achieved what you desire. I have until your desire. I am rich. I am a YouTuber. I have YouTube subscribers. I have a dog. Right? Or you're going to be doing this when you don't have it. See, despite the senses, you assume the idea and the feeling. And you can do this through, let's go into the practical part of this, through ask-formations. So you're thinking, what the fuck is an ask-formation? You ask yourself a question that in the question assumes you are what you desire. When I manifested marshmallow, I would walk a dog. As I was walking in my imagination, walking, and I would ask myself, how do I feel now that I'm walking my dog? I'm awake. This is awakened imagination. I'm awake and I'm walking on the street, the physical street. My eyes are not closed. I'm not visualizing. And I say, how do I feel now that I'm walking my dog? So I would pretend that I'm like holding a leash and I'm walking a dog. How do I feel? Oh, relax. And I would do that every time I walk. And I walk every day. So I'll visualize every day. I would walk like once or twice a day. All right. I walk to the bus, or at that time back then. Now I have a Dodge Challenger. But I would walk to the bus. I would walk in the morning just for exercise. And then coming back home. Okay. So I would do that. Lo and behold, my coworker said, hey, I have a dog. My son is 10 years old. He's not disciplined. He doesn't walk him. I can't walk. You know, she was handicapped at the time. Now she's healthy and fine. But he's just in a cage all day. They had him like that for a year. Not anymore. Now he goes with me on walks every day. Long walks. We run, we jog, we have a good time. Oh, my butt. Up. Mashi. You know. He's good with my cats because, I make him good with my cats. Or else he would be destroying them, like biting them and things like that. Because he could get really rowdy. But he doesn't. Now, that is the story and how it works out. When an angel, okay, the pool is God, your consciousness, your state of consciousness, your awareness. Your awareness can create anything. Your desire, that's how you feel disturbed. You're disturbed because you desire something. That's the angel, okay? That is the messenger, the messenger. The messenger, this is what the Kabbalah says, that desire is a message from God saying this is for you. Now you got to work towards it. And the work is mental. The work is assuming the idea, the wish fulfilled, and feeling the wish fulfilled. You must feel it. And last part of the story, he did it on the Sabbath. Sabbath is symbolistic of stillness. It's also known for not working, but it just means you are still. You're not anxious. You're not worried about the how. You're not worried. You're not in fear. You assume it. And then you let it go. You stay still. You go on to do whatever you need to do during that day. Maybe there's something that's going to lead you towards that path. You do the work. You let go. You let go of wanting it, of being in that lack energy. You just do the work. You be in the present moment. Stay in flow. When I got into UCLA, or when I was in college and I started getting straight A's, I saw myself in college and I felt successful when I visualized myself. When I drove my Dodge Challenger in my imagination, I felt safe and relaxed. I was passing certain streets. So when it happened physically, I passed certain streets and I was safe and relaxed. I would tell myself, I'm safe and relaxed passing by. And I still do it because I had done that. So I'm constantly doing that. I'm safe, and it's getting even more instilled into my consciousness. I'm safe, I'm relaxed, I'm calm. So it's good to put yourself reminders of your manifestations. So you remember that you created that shit. You created that success. Yeah, that's the story. First person. Always assume your desire in first person. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It is done. Or how Jesus says in the story, get up and walk. See yourself already with it. This man desired to walk. He said, get up and walk. Assume you're already walking. Assume you're already rich. You already have whatever it is you desire. The girl, the boyfriend, the car, the home. Get up and use the money. Get up and walk in the home. Get up. Assume you have the home in your vocabulary. Get up and lift the weights. Get up and run. You know, if maybe you're weak and you can't lift, or maybe you can't walk, get up and walk. Because your desire is that. Get up and kiss your girlfriend. Get up and have a conversation with your girlfriend. Get up and have a conversation with your boyfriend, whoever. You know? Maybe you want 2 girlfriends. Get up and have a conversation with your 2 baddies. Whatever it is. Assume it. Feel it to be true. And you will get up and walk. And you will do it. And be still. Remember, do this on the Sabbath. Do this with stillness and calmness in your mind and heart and soul. Okay? Be in flow. Let it go. I shared something recently on my Instagram where Oprah Winfrey says that she learned from Jim Carrey that, you know, you have the vision, you visualize the thing that you desire, but then you let it go and then you do the work. You do the work, but you're not worried and anxious of when it's going to come, when it's going to come. You know it's yours. You just get lost in the work. Stay in flow and stay in a high frequency. This is the way Neville Goddard interprets this story to his students in a lecture. So I hope you like this one. If you have any questions, let me know. See yourself already in shape. You're going to take the actions towards that. I saw myself in shape and having muscles and abs and being looking strong. And I got into CrossFit and started taking certain supplements. You know, I wanted to have a few baddies in my life. I got a dating coach. I learned how to approach. I learned how to talk confidently. Money. I attract to certain coaches about frequency and energy. Because money is a frequency. Everything you desire is a frequency. So you got to remember, get on the frequency, get on the high vibration. That's part of being still. Okay? And just enjoy the process. Hope you like this one. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace. Tell them peace, Marcy. Tell them bye. Peace. He's like, what are you talking about, bro?